Hi, today we're going to teach you how to take care of dwarf hamsters. Here we have two Russian dwarf hamsters, but this video will also cover the care of other dwarf hamsters, and the care is pretty similar to normal hamsters as well. But first of all, they live about 2 to 3 years. They stay pretty small. They're about 3 to 4 inches in length when they're full grown. You can get them at like Petco, PetSmart. And Petco and PetSmart where we live, they only sell dwarf hamsters now because they don't get as sick as easy as normal hamsters. But then also, and dwarf hamsters, unlike normal hamsters, they can be kept in pairs. But it's best if you do it if they're like from the same litter and they're raised together, because it's hard. Like, you can do it, but if you introduce them together, if they've never lived together before, there's more chance that they'll fight. And we have two males, and males are more prone to like fighting with each other, and lots of times they'll just play fight, which is way different from actual fighting. Actual fighting can result in death and injury, so you really need to make sure, especially when you first get them, that they aren't fighting. If they are, you'll probably just need to separate them, or if it's still within like the 14-15 days, you can bring it back if you just want to have one cage. But females tend to get along together better than the males do. But yeah, and then but they also can, if you just want one hamster, they can be kept on their own, but it's, especially if you have females, since they get along better, it's probably a better idea just to get them together so they're not lonely. And if worst case scenario, you'll just have to separate them. You'll just have to have two cages, which they don't need a cage that's that big. They're about like 14-15 bucks at Petco, PetSmart, or you probably can get them cheaper, like from a breeder or someone who's had a litter. But and then the cage will cost you about, you can just get a 10-gallon aquarium, which works good for about 10 bucks, and then the lid's about $5. But most like the tubey cages, all the tubes, those are like 30-40 bucks. And a wire cage is about 20-30 bucks. The cage we have here, it's fine for them now. We're going to get a bigger cage soon, because we just got them today, and this is a cage we had from a previous hamster, but we're going to get them a bigger one soon. And they're nocturnal, so they sleep most of the time during the day. So if you can't sleep good with noises, even small noises, probably shouldn't keep them in your room, because they might wake you up. But they're not that loud. And then for taming them, just because they're kind of, like, ours are kind of scared right now. They're not mean, they just are scared of us. So just put your hand in the cage and they get used to you. And after you get them, wait a couple days before, let them settle in before you try to hold them. And if they do bite you, it's not gonna, the worst, you might bleed a little bit. Don't worry about it. If it bites you, just try again, because yeah, if you just keep going at it, then they'll eventually get tamed. But some hamsters may just be mean, but most, they're pretty nice once you get them tamed. And then, so the most important thing of keeping your hamsters, obviously the house. We have just a wire cage here, and wire cages work good, but you have to make sure that the bars aren't spaced too far apart where they squeeze through. Most hamster cages are fine, but especially with, like, you have to be careful with the, I don't know how to pronounce it, the robo-ski or robo-hamsters, since they're even smaller. You have to be extra careful of that. But you can also, what I'd recommend doing is what I'm probably not doing anyways, is just getting a 10-gallon tank, because that's like the cheapest thing, and it has a lot of room. And then you don't have to worry about that. But if you want to get one of those cool tube cages, which is probably funner for them, those ones are good. But you need to make sure there's enough room for them. And then I'm not sure exact how big it should be for each set, but you can always just Google that. But it's pretty easy to tell if it's too small for them. And you need about, like, what was I saying? Okay, and then in the cage, obviously the next thing you need is bedding. And we just have aspen shavings right here, and that's pretty cheap. We got like a bag of it for about like $2 or $3 at Walmart. But don't use pine shavings or cedar shavings, because the aromas from it will, like the scent and stuff, and the oils will irritate your hamster, and it'll get sick and stuff. So you stay away from those at all costs. And Carefresh is another really good one. And so Aspen and Carefresh are your two best choices. And it should be changed once a week, or if you have more, depending on how many you have, but about every week or every couple of days, depending on how clean you want it. But about at the least once a week it should be done. And then it's in your cage. You need a place for them to sleep. Because they need and for them to get away from everything. And we just cut up a box right there, a cracker box, so you can really just use something from your house. And then you can or you can buy like a cool fancy house for their cage. And then they also need chew toys, because their teeth never stop growing and they need something to gnaw it down. And right now we just got them, and so I don't think we have anything right now, but carrots or something that go down. And also like just get like the wood sticks at the store, but don't get sticks from outside, because they can have something in it that are bad for them. Let's see, I'll try to get them. And then you can like rip up toilet paper and stuff to for nesting material, and that works good. And just change it every time you clean the cage, because they'll build a nest with it and they'll like it a lot. Sorry guys, I'll look you up. Here. Whoops. Okay, and if they start fighting, just separate them. Again, I think I already covered that. And then you need a food bowl. We forgot to buy one at the store, and so we just put it on the ground, and they just, I don't know why, but they covered it. And they also have cheek pouches, and they'll store food in their cheeks, so yeah. And yeah.
For feeding, this is a food that we got, and it's really good. Don't get food with seeds in it. Sunflower seeds, sorry, because they are fattening, so don't get sunflower seeds. Only for treats. Carrots and other veggies and fruits are good for them also. Just Google about that. Give them fresh water every couple days, or if you see it getting empty. Give them treats every once in a while, because if you give them too many, they'll get fat. And then for toys and playtime, an exercise wheel, get one that is solid, only because otherwise the other ones can hurt them. Toilet rolls are good for something they can play with or nibble on. Or you can like make your own toys, or find good ones that are on the internet. They have lots on there. Make sure everything is safe. You can get a playpen for playtime. You can get a playpen or make a cardboard box. Small spaces, if you bring them out, watch out for those, because they are really fast, and they can run into it and get escaped. Be careful when you're holding them, because you can hurt them if you squeeze too tight. If it bites you, try your best not to drop it, because you can hurt them. And when you're holding them, hold them over soft surfaces like a couch or bed, in case you drop it. For vet care, runny noses, sneezing, or if they aren't drinking or eating normally, they may be sick. So if you're concerned about your hamster, it will be a good idea to bring them into the vet. I think that's about it. I hope this information is useful for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, or if we forgot something, just comment on there. Or send us like a message, and we'll try to answer it.
So yeah, thanks for watching our video.